Welcome back, everybody, to the Breachers VRML. I'm your host, Gibular Bob. Apologies for the slightly delayed start. We were waiting on the lobby for this matchup to go up. So we're here now, and what a matchup this is going to be. Those who know, they're a rebranded Acer against Apex. Two teams that have been really on a very consistent path this season, both doing very, very well for themselves. And I'm excited to see. I think that of all the teams that we've seen so far, all the teams that I've seen so far, the one most likely to beat Acer might be Apex. Every time I've seen them play, they've been dominant, they've been strong, and they've shown that they are capable of really bringing the fight to any opponent that they've had. Now, Acer have tied against Valor, which I believe is currently the number 3 team. If we take a look at the NA standings, hopefully this isn't quite bugged right now. It does look like it is bugged. Maybe we might be able to see it on the matchup page here. No, not quite. But we do see that those who know have played 5 games and they've tied 1, and Apex have played 7 games, they've lost 2, and they've tied once. Best map for those who know, or Acer, is Arctic. They played 39 rounds there, and they've won 69% of those rounds. And Apex, their best map, Ship, is with 54 rounds played and 61% of those rounds won. So let me just give the teams the go-ahead to start whenever they are ready. But let's take a look. You're going to be just as much in the dark this matchup as I am with the players on Acer. Nobody is familiar there. No Adrenaline, Balkan Rage, Jonkler Laugh, I think Nevada Glare, German Stare, Jamaica Smile, Mango Mango, I guess Mango, and Stillwater. So if you're keeping up to date with your, brain rot terminology, you might be able to make more sense of that than I can. But I do have some interesting info here for you before we get started, courtesy of Luna, the captain of Apex. Thank you, Luna. Giving me the bans ahead of time. Acer banning Dam, and Apex banning Hideouts for this series. So Dam I expected, and Hideout I think I expected for Apex. I think it's just a map that Acer plays very strong on. And so Apex picking up that ban may be a smart pick for them. So we're going to see, but actually here's the interesting thing. Acer, or those who know, are the home team. So they get to pick either map or side. They chose to pick side first. So they picked defense, and Apex picked ship for map 1. That interests me because I think it's definitely the stronger choice to choose which map you're playing on first, but maybe this Acer team is just so confident that they aren't worried about whatever map they play on. And we'll see if they can continue to keep what has now been they haven't lost since season 1. I think it's been about a year since their first loss. They've had some ties in season 3 and season 2 and season 1, but they haven't lost since the first season. But I mean, they've won every single season we've had so far in Breachers. Preseason, season 1, season 2, and they're well on their way to winning season 3 with another dominant reign at the top of the leaderboard. And we'll see if Acer can manage to hold on here, or if Apex might be able to pull off something crazy and take out this those who know team. The votes aren't too confident in them. 63 voted for Acer, 2 voted for Apex. So it looks like the connoisseurs have made their choice. And we will see. Currently in lobby, we're waiting on just one more. No Adrenaline, Jamaican Smile, German Stare, Hotline. So there's a familiar face from Acer. And over on Apex, Blaze, Weirdo, Luna, Lightronics, and Ivis. Shout out to Ivis in our recent Mastery in the Meta video on droning. You can check that out by clicking on this channel and taking a look at our latest Mastering the Meta video. Got here just in time. Absolutely, Dylan. We're just getting ready to get started. First map, going to be ship. Final player, Jonkler Laugh. Connects for those who know. Brain rot termination. I don't know what else you would call it. Okay, so some of these here I know, unfortunately. But there's quite a few that even I don't know. It's hard to keep up with that. It seems like every day we have some sort of new brain rot meme. But those who know, they're going to be filling in for Acer here. And interestingly enough, Hotline, the only player on the team that has not changed their name for this match. So that's nice. It's nice to see at least one player on their team running with that usual name. But it is what it is. I've given the teams the go-ahead to start when they're ready, but it looks like we may just be waiting on someone here. No hideout. We're not going to hideout. That was one of the maps that were banned. We're actually going to start this matchup on ship. And here we go with our very first game of this series. Here on map number 1, ship, Apex taking the offense to start, and those who know on the defense. This is either going to be a very close game or it's not going to be close at all. That's my prediction, at least. I think it's going to be close. I think Apex, I mean, they've certainly had enough material to just study the way that Acer plays, and we'll see if they can manage to find some early momentum here. Ship, often thought to be a defensive-sided map. Acer, or those who know, play better on defense, in my opinion. So it could be a recipe for disaster here for these teams, or for this Apex team, but we'll see. Luna immediately catching Jamaican Smile. As German Stare looking to get that refrag, and they will with a Taurus nonetheless. Weirdo looking to find a pick, and German Stare dropping their second as Jonkler Laugh picking up a third Apex player. And it's now just down to Ivis and Blaze, and this Acer team is off to a strong start. And the pistol round often thought to be the place where you can pick up some early momentum, but Jonkler Laugh not having any of it. And it's now just down to Blaze alone in a 1 versus 3. They find a lot of damage onto no adrenaline, but there's Hotline on the flank. They pick up the first round of this matchup with a kill to make it 1-0 in favor of Acer. But, well, all three of those players were quite low on health, but just not enough from Apex there, and looks like we may be heading into a super eco round. See Ivis picking up that drone. Gonna get their team some intel, so realistically, the next best place for Apex to retaliate is the 3rd round. They may be able to get a pick or two onto Acer, and that's really what you need to be playing for at this stage of the game so far. And that looks like a very uncomfortable position for Blaze's arm to be. But we are going to go ahead and get started with round number 2. Acer had a fantastic start to this defensive set. Let's see if they can continue keeping that momentum going. There's the drone. Looking at the early intel for Apex. 2 minutes 20 on the clock. And wow, look at that frag. Oh, A-tier frag. But Blaze catching that pick. However, Hotline quick on the refrag as Luna makes their way over into Coffee. And it's a split push here from Apex. 3 of their players sticking in Helm, looking to push on communication. But that final player, Weirdo, looking to maybe pinch B a little bit. As Apex are trying to give Acer the impression that they're pushing Helm still. But again, when you've got 3 Spectrals and a Jesper, not a whole lot you can do. Weirdo slowly making their way through storage, and German Stare may catch this pick here. Oh, they just barely missed those Taurus shots, but that's going to force Weirdo out. And meanwhile, over here in communications, the walls have been open in this 2-prong push, but they do still have to worry about the Omen from Jamaican Smile. I think that's actually Sleepy Penguin. And they started this round with that Vezin, but looks like they're confident enough. Jamaican Smile picking up one. No Adrenaline finds one in Hotline. Makes it a third, but look at that. A quick double collateral. Oh my goodness. What a headshot from German Stare. And they're going to claim that second round for Acer. Fantastic work from this Acer team so far. And Apex, they caught some picks there. So not the end of the world because, again, it was a pretty big eco round for them. And now they're going to get four, maybe 5 Vezins if Weirdo decides to buy one, unless Weirdo's going to play a little bit of support, purchase some util for the rest of the team. It looks like that is what the play is going to be. They pick up that Omen. And that's fine. You like to see some team play, some support. And unfortunately, for Apex, we've seen a disconnect. Ivis actually out of this game right now. And we are going to go ahead and get started in round number 3. German Stare taking out that drone from an Ivis who did reconnect, denying some of that important intel. Meanwhile, Luna finding a kill onto Jonkler, Laugh, Hotline. Looks for the pick. Doesn't find one, rotates back in. Now just 2 minutes on the clock. And again, we're seeing another pretty split push here from Apex. They're keeping 2 players on one side. They had 3 on the other. They're going to push Site A. Usually, on this floor, I see a Site B push, at least from my experience. And it looks like it might be a complete switch-up by Apex, which would be pretty interesting. We'll see here. People are saying I leaked the script. What did I say? If I've accidentally leaked something. I wonder if they're going to spot those trip mines in their blaze. Oh, no, Weirdo! Oh, no. And that's just the unfortunate part of not having that drone there. Weirdo goes down, and unfortunate for Apex as they lose a player. But it is a 3 versus 2. They've found some momentum back. Hotline, German Stare, and Jamaican Smile. Bringing up the rest of this defense. This Blaze looks to make a little head peek angle. May find Hotline. They do find Hotline. Very nice pick. And it's now just down to Jamaican Smile over in Site B while German Stare makes their way through connector. Jamaican Smile might find the kill, and they do find the kill under the shoulder of Blaze. But look at the quick bounce back from Luna. It's now just down to German Stare. And this is good for Apex. This is going to be their first round against Acer on their offensive half. And that's going to open the door for a world of possibilities. Maybe Apex can find momentum here on their offensive half and maybe take the map from Acer. I don't know. I'm getting so ahead of myself. We're only on the 3rd round right now, but doesn't look like German Stare is going to contest this EMP. And with only 2 casualties, Apex bring it back and are now down by only 1 round here on map number 1. You gotta wonder, did those who know get a little bit aggressive? Those who know will know the answer to that. Just going for, I don't know. I wanted to make a joke. So that's all I got for you right now. But we do see, again, that momentum coming back and swinging in favor of Apex. But don't worry, if you're an Acer fan, they still have plenty of money here. And it doesn't look like their mental's been affected really at all. So best case scenario right now for Acer is that 5-1 game heading into the second half. Best case scenario for Apex is a 4-2, which would still be very, very comfortable. And if both teams do trade momentum a lot here, we could see that 3-3 tie. Although those are typically pretty rare to see. Drone making entry over into red engine. Ivus keeping it low, but German Stare will find that. Meanwhile, Blaze getting a much better trade as they find Jonkler, Laugh, and Luna looking to make some entry for their team. Ivus droning out, looking for intel once again. Hotline playing an aggressive angle, and there's German Stare. Oh my goodness! What a brutal angle as they catch not one but two of those Apex players. And now we're down into a 3 versus 4 with both the captain and one of their other players out. It's now just down to Blaze, Weirdo, and Ivus in a 3 versus 4 against No Adrenaline, Jamaican Stare, German Stare, and Hotline. Here's something that I don't really like to see from Apex. They're very spread out once again. I think their true power lies in their ability to stick together. It worked out in the round that they won, and No Adrenaline just picking off Blaze. Excellent game sense there. And Ivus is just in a really tough spot here. Kind of in a rock, between a rock and a hard place. They look for that incendiary, block off some rotation. And we're down to a standstill here with less than a minute left to go, and Hotline is going to rip off Ivus's head here if they try and make that rotation. They look to snap on the head, but Hotline not getting too aggressive. 40 seconds on the clock, and Ivus, what are you doing? I thought Ivus was going to be killed there for a moment, but 35 seconds on the clock. Can they clutch up to 2 versus 4? Weirdo catching a lot of damage through the wall. They managed to get the heal off. Ivus running in. They're caught by trip mines, and they're going to look to play the angle. No, they're going and doubling back, looking for the EMP. Hotline in the back of Pump right now, and Ivus is about to get swarmed. They find Weirdo, and there goes Ivus, and a quick collapse from those who know. Really kind of caused by the unfortunate habits of Apex just burning too much time. To be fair, when you're in a 2v4, it's hard to really find a good angle to push in. I think they played the best with the cards that they had, but fortunately for Weirdo and Ivus, it wasn't enough. And really, the 2 players that they lost so early into that round killed their momentum. So that best case for Apex, no longer a 4-2. It's now a 3-3 tie heading into the second half, which isn't ideal, but it would be much better than going into the second half at a deficit. However, you do have to take into consideration the economy of Apex. They have a Vezin, 2 Omens, but only one of those rifles up right now. And again, not a whole lot of utility. We do see a lot of cloak usage from Apex. Electronics still opting to buy one, even when they're oaking, even when they're cloaking and using an Omen. And here we go into round number 5 of map number 1 in this Acer versus Apex set. Drone moving into Helm. Is it? Does seem like Apex are going to constrict the Helm here. 2 minutes 15 on the clock, and there's the breaching foam on the communications wall. Hotline, German Stare. Oh, here comes the complete team rotation. I was going to say Hotline might have been the only player from Acer in there for a moment. And it doesn't look like they're sending one on the flank this time for Apex. They're just going to try and stick together and maybe beat out those who know with aggression. But a minute 40 on the clock, and Blaze is quite injured. And again, we're seeing this real kind of standstill here for Apex. I don't know if they're trying to bait out Acer. Jamaican Smile immediately finds Blaze. There's a smoke from No Adrenaline. Weirdo catches some damage onto Jamaican. And Luna found Jonkler Laugh. There goes one wall. Open the communications table, and then a quick incendiary will shut off the rotation there, at least for a little bit. They've taken out the trip mines, Weirdo and Luna. Maybe looking to make some entry. Electronics goes in, they go down. Weirdo goes down. Luna, however, dropping a double, a triple. Can they make it? Oh my goodness! Luna, an ace from the captain of Apex to keep them in this game. Absolutely incredible from Luna there. And those are the clutch plays that you'll need. With a little bit of luck and a lot of skill, Luna makes it that 3-2 game and keeps that momentum there. And every round against those who know could make the difference. They're not having a particularly strong defensive half. And again, it's on the table that we could go 3-3 into the second half. Will it happen? We'll find out at the end of this round, the halftime round. So you're going to see all of the teams spending their money, buying as much util as they can carry, and then more. And Jonkler Laugh stuck with that RSP. I wonder, German Stare. Okay, German Stare was able to afford that Vezin. And German Stare immediately getting picked by Blaze, who's making excellent use of that cloak. Heard some players say that the cloak has been pretty difficult to spot, and especially when you're on the angle that Blaze was, I can see why it would be difficult for German Stare to catch that angle. 2 minutes on the clock right now as No Adrenaline looking for a cheeky little pick there, and they find one and make it a double for going down to Blaze. Now 1:50 on the clock. Frag tossed. It doesn't find anybody. 1:45. Jamaican Smile picking up some damage through the wall. Weirdo. Oh no. Might get flanked here by Jonkler Laugh. They are not watching. And Ivis makes entry, and they catch Jonkler Laugh. Good flank watching. We're now down into 2 versus 3. Down to just Hotline and Jamaican Smile. But don't discount Acer yet. They're not the team that's going to fold under pressure. Incendiary goes down, and there's another one tossed as they're really looking to take space and get that EMP planted over on Apex. Hotline looks to make the move and finds the kill onto Weirdo, looks and finds the second onto Ivis, and the triple. As quickly as Luna found that clutch round, Hotline was there as well to find a round of their own. Absolutely incredible. As the first half goes 4-2 in favor of Acer here on Ship. And here we go, round number 7. As Jamaican Smile looks to make entry along with the rest of those who know. Weirdo finding that kill. Jonkler Laugh takes out Luna. And here comes quick entry. A fragmentation grenade is tossed, but look at this. Ivis looking to catch No Adrenaline, but Blaze found that with an S-tier frag first, and now we're down to a 2 versus 2. In a blink of an eye, it's been less than 30 seconds, and we're already down to Hotline and German Stare against Ivis and Weirdo. There's the Incendiary. This Hotline looks to close off that rotation. It doesn't deploy in the best way, and Hotline is going to look to make use of that. But Weirdo shuts that down, and German Stare goes down to Ivis. And Apex want everyone to know that they are not here to play around, and they could potentially walk away with this first map if they have more defensive rounds like that. Of course, look at the team they're playing against. It's going to be tough. No matter what, you're looking at 5 of the best players in Breachers. I mean, they've won every championship we've had here in VRML. So that's certainly saying something. And they may be in a tough spot, but as we saw with Hotline, they're still very capable of pulling off clutch plays just as much as Apex is. And we do see, interesting, 2 Omens and an Uricon. Now, I have full confidence in Luna here. If there's a player that I've seen make the Uricon work in league play, it's Luna. But the lack of a Vezin from Apex is concerning me. I won't lie. Weirdo's going to look to get aggressive, and they're going to try and find Hotline. They do find Hotline. Jonko Lap looking to make entry for the Acer team. A little bit of lag there. Apologies for that. Lightronics picking up some damage. They look to rotate around. And Luna finding that kill with the Uricon. And oh my goodness. Again, we're seeing an absolutely incredible aggressive play from both sides. And what did I tell you? If there is a player who could make the Uricon viable in league play, it's Luna. I've seen it before. And now we're tied 4-4. We do have 3. It looks like we might get 4 Vezins up over on Acer. As Plunge, I think Plunge has connected for their team to sub in. We'll see if they can make use of that drone. But Acer, I'd argue they're in a bit of trouble right now. With only 3 Vezins up, and Apex has 4, Luna's going to stick with that Uricon. Save more money in case things don't go as well as they want it to. Into round number 9 we go. And it's a tied game right now. So far, things have gone well for Acer in the first half, but Apex starting to bring things back here in the second. There's the entry from Coffee. Weirdo's going to look to make a flank play. Plunge the droner for Ace. I wonder if they have spotted Weirdo or got any kind of intel on whether this player will be there or not. Jonkler Laugh may catch the pick. No, they're not. Oh my goodness. Not good for Acer at all. And first pick is given up. There's an Incendiary that they burn. No pun intended, as Weirdo is gone already. They're not going to double dip. They're not going to get too aggressive. And Luna, what are you doing? Pushes out and finds a decent amount of damage on both German Stare and Plunge. There goes the wall. They're just trading some players over here. There's a bit more positive for Apex, but look at the quick bounce back. Weirdo finds the kill on the hotline. It's Blazin takes out German Stare, but 2 quick kills from Acer leaves him in a bit of trouble, but Blaze was there to clutch up. And they find, for the first time in this series, momentum and a lead against Acer. It is only 1 round, but this has put Acer in a bit of a tricky spot because once again, they're playing with only 2, they're kind of scrambling their economy here. We'll let them figure out what they want to play with here, but yeah, it does look like it's going to be 2 Vezins. So that's even less than the previous round. And it looks like they are going to eco. Maybe they're anticipating a tie. But what's interesting to me is that Apex, well, I guess to be fair, some other players can afford it because they did take quite a few losses in the last round, but Luna's still going with that Huracan. And Lytronics picking up the RCP. So we're still not seeing 5 Vezins from both sides. And I imagine that both Lytronics and Luna are going to play aggressive here because they don't really have anything to lose. Now, both Jonkler Laugh and No Adrenaline could make use of that Huracan and RCP if they get their hands on them. So if you're Apex here, I think the play is just to stay close to your site and close to your teammates. Of course, they don't have the intel that we do. So anything could happen, but the farther away from site they are, I think the more dangerous it's going to be for Apex. Fortunately for them, they are playing pretty close to B. With 1:50 on the clock and No Adrenaline, not looking to suffer another trip mine death. I don't believe they were the one who died to trips last round, but still, Acer have been tripped up a little bit, to say the least. Now 1.5 on the clock. As Acer stacking outside of Site B, and we see that breaching foam. It's down. Proximity alarm alerting Apex to the positioning of Acer. No Adrenaline is going to look to get that EMP planted. They're drilling that door blocker. That's loud. That gives off a lot of sound, and there's a smoke. As interesting play. Apex are looking to block off the view of that static field emitter to buy themselves even more time. Hotline finding the kill on the Blaze. Not ideal for Apex. There's the second smoke tossed out, and Hotline is still looking for a nice little headshot there. 45 seconds on the clock, and look at this. It's a switch up to Site A. Plunge has already found Iverson. Uh-oh. Now Apex are stuck in their connectors. EMP planted. We're down to a 5 versus 2. Uh-oh. Tragedy for Apex here. Luna finds one, but Hotline with a double kill of their own to keep Acer in this game 5-5. And you can just see fantastic use of the cloak there. Could just walk right by Luna. And now Apex are in a little bit of trouble, because they only have 2 Vezins up and 3 Omens. And I think, the problem there, they just weren't anticipating that switch up. And by the time they figured out what was going on, it was too late. Acer already took plenty of space and found that kill. Well, the connoisseurs certainly might be sweating here. They might not be sweating as much because things are looking up for Acer here. But at the very least, this was I believe 62-3 vote. And Apex are certainly doing well for themselves. Here comes the push from the drone, and Jonkler Laugh finding Luna. Ugh. Lytronics gets caught too by No Adrenaline, but Blaze with an S-tier frag onto No Adrenaline almost finds Jonkler Laugh as well. But again, Acer have a lot of momentum here, and they have a lot of utility, and all of the Vezin players from Apex are currently dead, and they have not been recovered yet. Hotline finding the kill onto Ivis. Here comes a push from Jonkler Laugh as they look for Blaze, who's playing the corner very well. They managed to find one before going down to Hotline. And, well, Weirdo, can you 1v3 with an Omen against 3 Vezins? It's possible, but they've given off their location. And, Hotline may find this pick here if Blaze gets too aggressive. But no, German Stare finds it first. And there it is. Match point taken by Acer on map 1. At the very least, they've secured a tie. Apex, there's the big buy-in from their defensive team. Weirdo stuck using that Omen so that the rest of the team can have the utility that they need. Now, if there's a player to be confident about their ability to trade that Omen for a Vezin, I give that to Weirdo, because they found some good flank plays on Acer so far. We'll see if they can manage to find this last round that they need to at least tie this first map. I'll say, though, even when the odds were stacked against them a little bit, Acer have done an excellent job of bouncing back. One thing's for sure, they are those who know about how to attack well on ship. They certainly know how to attack well on ship. I think those probably better. Electronics makes the rookie mistake of playing that angle, and Jonkler Laugh finds that kill, and there's a Vezin down, and just gotta wonder what was Electronics doing there. You want to keep your team playing closer to your sights, but I think they were gonna try and catch Acer off guard, but it's just a little bit too over-aggressive, and very nice movement from Hotline, baiting out those trip mines. Weirdo finds the kill onto German Stare. This plunge, clearing out the room for the rest of their team. And Luna with a quick double on a Jonkler Laughing Hotline. I don't think they were anticipating that at all. But a minute 20 on the clock, and it's a 4 versus 2, and this might be a tie. Unless no Adrenaline and Plunge can pull off what would be a pretty impressive clutch, we may be taking this series to a third map. Foam on the wall, and there's the entry. Smoke coming out. And Blaze taking the high angle on the freezer. Looking for either plunge or no Adrenaline, but 40 seconds on the clock. Luna's playing aggressive in that smoke, and no Adrenaline might look to get that planted. No, they're rushing deep, and they drop the EMP in the worst spot in the middle of the site. The plunge with the swing. They find the double kill of their own. Oh my goodness. And it's now just down to a 1v1 between Weirdo and Plunge, but Plunge did not take the angle that Weirdo thought they were going to. And so now it's a game of cat and mouse. Who will find the pick? Will Acer take map 1? Or will Weirdo be able to clutch up for their team and send us to that guaranteed third map? And Plunge playing this pretty smart. They're just taking a safe angle and buying as much time as they possibly can, and they catch Weirdo. Oh my goodness. He just did not check that corner. And there you have it. Map 1 goes to Acer. It wasn't easy, but it was certainly a very, very nice win for their team. And they're going to walk away feeling pretty good after that one. That was Apex's best map. And it did not fall in their favor. Let me just double check before I start making baseless claims. Yeah, it was their best map. Followed by Arctic. So they've got another shot. They're going to be able to pick the map here. But I mean, look at these stats from Acer. Sorry, those who know. 69% on Arctic, 68% on Hideout, 65% on Skyscrapers, 63% on Factory. I mean, they are just consistent here on this Acer team. And I wonder if we may be getting a quick little rehost. Unless it is a timeout. I think that's what it is. Either a rehost or a timeout. We're getting the... oh, it is going to be a timeout. So, we're going to take a brief break. And we will be right back.
Hey guys, what's up?
Hello? Mom, not right now. I'm gaming with the boys, okay? I'll call you later.
J like the letter, I'm making several waves. I know the mission is same. I made a splash, now all of my passes last like running a race with Usain. I keep it coming like this a buffet. And if I'm stumbling, I'm in the grave. Never gon' fumble it. I get the bag and I run with it, gunning it, gunning it, gunning it, gunning it. Hurry with the legs, all about finesse. I am not impressed. I don't need a rest coming in with less, then you see the flags. Elohim with the melody, and then he supply the bread. 70, keep it heavenly. Everybody get the bread.
I just wanna have fun.
Going to take some time before we end this timeout to talk about the sponsors that make the Breachers VRML possible. Starting off with Triangle Factory, the developers of Breachers who we've collaborated with since the start of this league. They've contributed to the prize pool, but not only that, there is the Breachers VRML gun skin that you can purchase in Breachers right now for 100 credits. Not to mention the in-game banners that you can find in the in-game lobby, and the 2 finalist skins. I myself don't know if there is going to be another one for Season 3, but hey, they've done 2 fantastic skins for Season 1 and Season 2. So big thank you to Triangle Factory for their continued support. And if you're looking at their Discord server, they did give us a leak for the newest map that they're working on. So go ahead and check that out and let us know your thoughts in the comments. Next up, HyperX. You may have seen some of their new ads that they have given us, but the Quadcast 2 mic, you can pick that up for crystal clear sound, or the Alloy Origin 75 wireless keyboard for pro level play, and the Vision S for immersive visuals. And if you're interested in some crazy cool HyperX products, you can use code HXVRML23 for 15% off MRSP off of fully priced HyperX products in North America. Next up, Pro2 VR, which provides the best VR rifle mounts and accessories. Help stabilize your aim in-game by picking up a mag tube stock. Put your controllers into cups that magnetically connect to a fully adjustable stock. Or, if you want to add to the immersion, you can check out the Force Tube with haptic feedback to enhance any virtual shooting experience. With the variety of products ranging from Beat Saber to joystick mounts, Pro2 VR is your one-stop shop for controller peripherals. And finally, Exclaim, the official VRML merch store, which offers a variety of awesome custom VRML merch. We're joining forces with Exclaim because they enable teams to set up their very own merch stores. Sell their team's gear through Exclaim and tap into a whole new level of fan engagement. Plus, if you're interested in an exclusive store-wide discount while supporting the league, consider affiliating with the VRML via Exclaim. Big thank you to all of our sponsors. And we will be right back when we start up the second map in this playthrough. Don't go away.
Hey guys, what's up?
Hello? Mom, not right now. I'm gaming with the boys, okay? I'll call you later.
J like the letter, I'm making several waves. I know the mission is same. I made a splash, now all of my passes last like running a race with Usain. I keep it coming like this a buffet. And if I'm stumbling, I'm in the grave. Never gon' fumble it. I get the bag and I run with it, gunning it, gunning it, gunning it, gunning it. Murray with the legs, all about finesse. I am not impressed. I don't need a rest coming in with less than you see the flags. Elohim with the melody and then he supply the bread. 70, keep it heavenly. Everybody get the bread.
And we're back with map number 2 of this Apex versus Those Who Know series. We're coming off of a timeout called by Apex, but they're back and they're in this game. And as we wait for the rest of the players to join the lobby, everybody's starting to come back right now. We do have the pick from Apex, because they are the away team, so now they get to pick the map or side, and they actually deferred the map pick and opted to choose defense, which once again surprises me, because we don't often see a team pick up defense as opposed to voting for a map. That's not something that we usually see in the league, but it's certainly a trend in this series. And while we wait for Acer to pick up the next map, we'll take a look and see where Apex are likely to go. I'm going to say Arctic, and Apex, well, because Apex didn't get the choice. I was surprised that they didn't see Arctic, but that's because it's Acer's pick, and they picked Factory, which they played 75 rounds on, and it's actually their lowest scoring map here. They've only won 63% of the rounds here. Oh my goodness, so much worse than their other stats. No, they've been consistent on every map they've played. And speaking of this series, they've already taken the first map and could very well take this second map away from Apex if Apex doesn't have a good start on their defensive half. And while we wait for the teams to get prepped and ready, we are going to go to our second map of this series, which is going to be Factory. Map number 2, Factory, the OG, as some would call it, the original map in Breachers, even before this game was fully released. This was the map that everybody played on in the alpha, back in those old days, when the Omen was competing with the Vezin in terms of damage. Shout out to those who know about that era. But yeah, Breachers has seen quite a few changes, and something I talked about in the weekly article released this week was some of the new meta changes that Triangle Factory are looking to make, and my thoughts on one change that I would personally like to see. If you have an interesting meta change that you'd like to see, drop it in the chat right now or in the comments. If you're watching the VOD, there's an incendiary, and a quick 1-2 from both teams as Plunge takes out Ivis, but they get refragged by Luna and Hotline. Looks to advance, but there's some trip mines and some fire that is going to block their way. No Adrenaline picking up some damage and looking to dodge out of the way, and Weirdo catches Jonkler Laugh. No Adrenaline finding the kill on the Blaze. The wall has been opened in Orange Storage, and Acer on the move. They've taken quite a bit of space here. Electronics upstairs on the roam, and it's now just down to Weirdo and Luna. Luna playing center in Site B as that fragmentation grenade does not find any damage onto Weirdo, and it does not take out Luna either. Only a minute and a half on the clock as Electronics is on the move, and they're going to look to find German Stare. But German Stare getting caught by Weirdo, and they almost go down, and Acer has been softened up a little bit here on their push. They've had some good starting momentum. Hotline is very, very injured right now, and No Adrenaline pushes in. They do find the kill onto Luna, bringing some of that offensive momentum into the hands of Acer and Weirdo. Now the last member of this team standing. They're going to look for No Adrenaline or German Stare, but German Stare with a brutal headshot takes round number 1 for Acer here on map number 2. I think, okay, yeah, they are on the correct side. Just want to make sure teams are getting the rounds right. And here comes that round 2 Vezin from Hotline. Could see a bit of a server rehost in between that timeout. Some of the Acer players weren't happy with the previous servers that they were on. And Hotline going for a bit of a hero buy here. They're playing with both a Vezin and a healing syringe and that cloaking device. So there's investment here in the Acer team, particularly into Hotline. But hey, Hotline is, I would argue, their best performing player on the team. They certainly went 14-7 in the previous map against Apex. And here we go. And round number 2, as those who know look to find another round against Apex. Electronics has opted to play an Omen as Luna, starting with that Taurus. And 2 minutes 10 on the clock as Jonkler Laugh may get caught by Luna. Oh, they do. What a headshot as Weirdo finds German Stare. Hotline looking to back out and play for some picks here. And Luna certainly got a good kill. Plunge and no adrenaline, bringing up the push through Tetris. And they may be 2 players down, but that doesn't seem to shake Acer too much. Plunge making their way into lockers. Only a minute 40 on the clock. And it's 5 versus 3. Weirdo's going to get cut off here by Plunge, who does find that headshot. And these, again, are the picks that you need to be finding if you're Acer. You get control over this, and Luna makes the mistake of just not rotating out. And wow, what a frag! As it catches some damage on a Blaze, giving a little bit of intel to Acer there. And Blaze is caught out by Plunge, who does go down to Electronics, who drops the second onto no adrenaline, and it's now just down a Hotline. In a 1 versus 2. They've got the rifle. Can they pull off the clutch? They're looking. Oh, and they find one. Beautiful headshot placement from Hotline. They advance into the site. Ivis looking to bait out some shots. They've got to make use of that Omen, and it's a incendiary. Toss towards the connector, and Ivis is going to look for the push. And wow, very, very well played there by Hotline as they find a quick second round for Acer now. And along with that, a double healing syringe that they're going to bring into the next round. Less money that one of their teammates has to spend. Very, very well played by Hotline. They had the confidence to make that Vezin work. And they made it very... Hotline made that look easy. Same coordination, yeah. I'd agree, Sleepy, although I think there might be some bias there coming from you. He's playing for Acer. Well, we've got Hotline and Plunge. But I don't know who Jonkler Laugh, No Adrenaline, and German Stare are. They've gone with a different naming scheme since I've last casted Acer. So... we'll see if the next time I cast them, they'll be back to Acer. But here we go. In round number 3, map number 2. And, well, Acer are starting to run away with this a little bit. 2 quick rounds over Apex. Luna's found some aggressive picks. Can they find one? Oh, my goodness. What a start from Luna, who's just been on fire. If I had to make an MVP of tonight's game, I'd say it's definitely Luna. They've had some of my favorite plays here. Probably Luna for Apex and Hotline for Acer. Both have clutched up. We saw an ace from Luna. Jonkler Laugh looking to spring the trap onto Apex. Wow. And they cut off a rotation from Blaze and Luna. And that frag is going to catch a lot of damage. It catches some onto Blaze. I don't know if it actually hurt Luna at all. Ivis pushes further back in the connector with just a minute. 35 seconds on the clock. Here comes a push frag toss. German Stare picks up a little bit of that. But here comes the breach. Lightronics upstairs, looking to make use of that Omen and may push out on a Hotline, who's deciding to go for the stairs. Jonkler Laugh watching that hatch, and we're in that 4 versus 5. Acer's giving up first pick. Weirdo finds the second kill on a German stair. Hotline now in the back, and Lightronics is shut down by Jonkler Laugh. 50 seconds on the clock as Blaze looks to blind fire. May find Jonkler Laugh here, but no. Hotline with an impressive crossfire. And Jonkler Laugh with the push finds the second as well. Ibis goes down to Hotline, and Hotline picks up a double kill of their own. Jonkler and Hotline really kind of stealing the show in that round, making it a hat trick of round wins for Acer. Have Apex fallen off here in their momentum? Map 1 was so close, 5-7, but they just haven't been able to find any pace here against Acer. Once again, they're not able to field 5 Vezins. They're stuck with that 5 Vezins against 2 Vezins. And their economy is just not in the state that they would want it to be. Apex is coughing. I don't know if I'd call it that. I mean, there's still time for them to turn it around. We are only in the 4th round, but it's definitely a steep drop-off in pace from how they were in that first round. And Luna is going to do something here that may get them killed. There it goes, and there's the delayed frag. Oh my goodness, that might be... Oh, an S-tier frag from Luna. And I'm sorry for doubting your ability there, Luna, but very, very nice. I myself have fallen for that in a ranked game. The slow frag roll from Luna. And once again, first pick is given up by Acer. Electronics catches some fire there. Hotline catches some fire in response, and just utility thrown all over the place. Now with just 1 minute and 50 seconds on the clock, Blaze and Luna playing close to the door. There's a frag, and Hotline is over in orange storage, standing completely still with that cloak, and they're going to look to swing on Luna, who does find the kill, but they get refragged. And Plunge has had enough of Luna's shenanigans in this round. They find a second kill of their own, and they're going to look for a third. But it is a 3 versus 3. Weirdo does not have a Vezin, and doesn't look like they have an easy one to recover either. You're going to look for some shots through the wall, maybe on a German stair, but German stair isn't going to get hit by that. No Adrenaline rotating back out into orange storage in the nick of time. And with just 1 minute on the clock, Lightronics on an aggressive lean here. Plunge makes their way in, but they're caught by Ibis, and I think maybe just a slight miscommunication there, and Ibis is spotted. No Adrenaline's going to look for that pick, and Ibis picks up the second kill. And we see a little bit of feeding happening here from Acer as German stare. Oh my goodness, Ibis with the quad. Very, very nice recovery there from AXC. They're not quite out of it yet. They're not out of it yet. Who's that? It was, yeah, it was N-Dog. N-Dog. I'm calling you out here, bud. It's not over for it. It's not over for Apex yet. Anything can happen in the Breachers VRML. It looked like LAN would be an open and shut case, but Formula 3 had an amazing comeback on Map 1 Hideout to tie up that first, and then it looked like they might have won that LAN, but once again, Acer taking the victory there. And shout out to Acer. The team profile picture that you're seeing in the bottom right is actually the medal that they got from VRMLCon. It's a really fun event. Hopefully, I'm hoping we do one in 2025 again, because it was fun to go out there and cast and meet all of the people that are usually hanging out here in the chat. So Should be a fun experience if we decide to host another one, but here we go. In round number 5, with that drone moving in spots, both Luna and Lightronics, plenty of intel for Acer to work off of here, and they know that Luna and Lightronics are in there. I'm trying to make puns with their name, but none of them are really working out that well. Luna finds the kill on a no adrenaline. And once again, we're in this trend of Acer giving up first pick, and it's cutting off their momentum at least a little bit. Weirdo finding second kill, and they're going to look for Hotline, but Hotline quickly bouncing back from that. 1:45 on the clock, and Hotline certainly tried to deny Weirdo there. And it's a 3 versus 5, so there's a lot of work here for Acer to do. Apex have built up quite a pretty penny off of their win. Hotline does recover that EMP, and fun fact, if you run over the EMP now, it'll actually automatically be picked up. You can still pick it up with your arms, but if you're scrambling to pick it up, you can actually just walk over it. Only 1:05 on the clock as the wall has been opened. There's an incendiary from Hotline, but it just goes a little bit too deep. And it doesn't route Weirdo, which I'm not sure. Yeah, I think from that angle they could see where the fire has deployed, but they're definitely worried that somebody is in the cubby corner right there. Blaze is on an aggressive lean on the foot peak, and they may find Hotline. No, they do find Hotline. And Luna catches a lot of damage but doesn't go down, and it's now a 2 versus 5. It's down to the final 30 seconds of the round, and Acer's shaking up a little bit here. So they've had a good start to this second map, but Apex quickly bringing things back. And with only 5 seconds left on the clock, it looks like Acer are just going to sit back, play for some picks, and let the round fall into the hands of Apex. So now we get into that territory. 4-2 is the best case scenario for Acer. 3-3. Best case scenario for Apex. It's going to be decided in this next round, the halftime round. And after this, we'll watch the teams switch those sides, but got a shout out. Well, at least you're thinking about it positive, end dog. But what a game it's been so far. If you're just joining us, map 1 went into the hands of Acer, or those who know, 7-5. Can't name anything right today. And map 2 currently also looking like it might go to those who know. At the very least, they're up by 1 round, and this final round in the first half will say a lot about who could walk away as the potential winner of this map. Of course, again, Acer, I think, do better on their defensive half. So they may already have a very, very nice setup here for when they go over to the Revolters' side. Plunge once again. Droning into orange storage. The self-proclaimed Godot of breaches. That's the greatest droner of all time. And Luna scouted out by the drone, and they're just gonna, I thought Luna was just gonna go in and go for it, and they still might. They're going. And they do get scouted out by Plunge, and Acer just get the intel that they need, and that's going to force Luna and Blaze to move further back into the site so that they are not caught by wall bangs. And Blaze going for the interesting play of trying to use that Marui to get extra damage through the wall. They've actually picked up both the Marui and a Vezin. And the grenade is tossed out into orange storage. It doesn't find any damage. Hotline's in the back with that cloak. Once again, Blaze is forced off of the angle with an incendiary. Ibis finding a kill, Luna finding a kill. And Luna drops a double kill. They're on the swing, but Hotline quick to shut that down. However, they get refragged by Blaze, and it's now All down to German stand. Oh, and they're going to get caught by Weirdo there. Unfortunate timing with the reload, and Apex tie up this half with Acer. So really, anything could happen. And Oaks, thank you for the $4 super chat there. Great match so far. The utility has been crazy. I couldn't agree more, Oaks. What a tremendous use of utility by both teams. And that's really, you know, I think that's the discrepancy that you tend to see between those teams on the, you know, those Master 2 teams and maybe even diamonds or gold, silver, bronze. It's really coming down to the use of utility. You'll notice that these top teams are using great utility placement, and they're prioritizing having plenty of utility over 5 Vezins in their stack. So, you know, if you are a captain or a player on a non-master team, you know, take a look, observe, see if there's anything that you could be learning here that you could apply in your own league matches. Because, well, you learn a lot by watching teams like Apex and Acer play. At the very least, keep practicing. Keep practicing. Practice those flicks. And Weirdo's going to get caught by a trip mine. Just not being too careful there. Plunge finding the kill on the Blaze as Ibis catches no adrenaline, but German stare. Making excellent use of that Taurus. And I don't know who German Stare is, but they've made a lot of great plays with the Taurus, and that's a rare thing to see in the upper echelon of the Breachers VRML community. Even just normally, you don't see a whole lot of players making use of that Taurus because, well, it's a difficult weapon to make good use of. Where's the defensive setup here from Acer? Well, Plunge is sitting in the back of Site A, hotline over by Connector. Prepping that Incendiary, looking to cut off a rotation from Apex if it happens. But it is a 4 versus 3 with only a minute left on the clock. And every second that Apex is burning here is a second that is adding to the difficulty of this push. Hotline waiting to make use of that Incendiary. There's one toss, and Hotline's going to look to toss one of their own, and it lands perfectly, which is going to shut off some of the rotation there and planting power of Apex. And Hotline Plunge holding down the fort, and it's now just down to Ibis, who looks for the swing, and Plunge finds that double kill to make it a 4-3 game. And Acer just really played that very, very well, didn't they? I mean, just tremendous effort from their part, not getting too aggressive, not going for those crazy swings, and ultimately that worked out for them. Acer defense is insane. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point, Gizmo. Oh, look at this. Wait. I haven't gotten to see one of this. Look at that. It is a Grandmaster Taurus. I mean, the Season 2 Global Champion skin for the Taurus. I call it Grandmaster Taurus by accident. No, it's Global Champion. Says so on the side of the gun, and Blaze opening up the doorway there onto orange stairs. As Lightronics getting ready to make a push into orange vendings. 4-3 here. With Weirdo making their way through Generator, and Jonkler Laugh not using the Taurus this time around. They're going to stick with that Spectral. Sorry, German Stairs been used. I don't know what I'm talking about. Oh my goodness, they're just looking the wrong ways, and Jonkler Laugh is about to go down here. They're just not watching. They almost take out Weirdo. What a battle there from those two players. I mean, just so close to each other, and Weirdo left on 1 health and with no way to heal that. That's not ideal for Apex, to say the least, but they did at least secure the first pick on Acer once again. A trend that has been occurring. What the heck? Not sure what was going on with Lightronics there, if you saw that through the wall or not, but their character model was glitching out of it. Here comes the push onto Site A, a minute on the clock. Blaze and Lightronics making their way down upper orange stairs, and we might see a full send here pretty quick because Apex have taken their good old time with this push. No Adrenaline finding the kill onto Luna, shutting down any kind of roam. Weirdos on the flank there. And 40 seconds on the clock. German Stare may find that pick. Blaze takes out No Adrenaline, making it a 4 versus 3, and Acer have given up a couple of picks here. Weirdo and German Stare battling over inside B, and German Stare finds that headshot, but meanwhile, it's a 2v3 as German Stare does make their way through the connector to reinforce Hotline and Plunge here. But the Vezin still is in the hands of Acer. Plunge finds 1 and 2. Can they make it a third? They're going to go for it. And they're getting aggressive. Plunge is going for it. They're going to look for Lightronics at the top of these stairs, but yeah, the Omen there, and Lightronics just runs out of time. And that is the advantage of buying that Omen off of an eco round. You do still have the ability to burst down players, and at the very least, it'll beat out a Spectral. There's a 2-round lead from Acer right now, and 1 more round will give them match points over this Apex squad and, team. We do have bot Daniel in right now. We lost one of their players. He has Blaze. And it's unfortunate for Apex because they had potential here, but it just, nothing came to fruition here for them. They didn't get map number 1, and they're in danger of having map number 2 fall out of their hands, and this might mean that the team that is likely to beat Acer next could be Valor or IVNA. That's what I would probably go with for my prediction. Lightronics hanging outside of Blue Hallway, or Tetris, whichever you like to call it. A minute 55 on the clock as Apex are being thorough once again. Scouting out their corners, minute 50. So still plenty of time left in this round. I'm waiting for Lightronics to go in, but looks like they are just going to wait for the rest of their team to push with them. Jonkler Laugh does have that global champion Vezin, and they're making their way into Blue Hallway. And oh my goodness, Lightronics caught that pick. That was good. That's the way you want to start off the round if you're Apex. Now a minute 25 on the clock, and it's down to a 4 versus 5 and a free Vezin given to Apex. And now they have the power advantage over Acer, and well, don't count them out yet, because they could turn this around. Depends on how well this push goes. But the one thing they don't want to do is what they're doing right now and take too long. Weirdo pushing in. They're going deep, and they catch Plunge. I'm not sure what Plunge is doing, going for the tuck there. No Adrenaline finds Weirdo, and double Incendiary's toss, but the EMP didn't quite go where Acer was expecting it. But German Stare, oh my goodness, they stormed through that Apex offense, and it's now just down to Blaze, who does catch 1. Luna catches 1. It's now just down to German Stare, who catches Blaze, and it's now the 1v1, and they're looking the wrong way, and Luna might find the kill, but Luna hasn't found the kill yet. They're tucking in the corner. Oh, and German Stare sees it. No way, Luna. Oh, my goodness. What a flick there, and that did not go the way I was expecting it to at all. Luna say, no, thank you. I'm going to use my finalist skin. But wow, what a round it was for Apex. This is a mix of emotions, to say the least. See the chat picking up my next hairstyle. Low taper fade, huh? And here we go. Into round number 10. Apex bounced back a little bit with that previous win over Acer. Luna once again keeping their team in that game. That's the second massive clutch victory that they've brought in for their team. And they've done well, but some of their team members have been struggling a little bit. There were a couple. I know Luna and Blaze were high scoring on the previous map, and a couple other their players just had trouble finding some momentum, but we've seen everybody have some good rounds here, and an S tier frag from Plunge, by the way. What a great grenade. Electronics watching over the hatch in orange vendings. German Stare moving over to Bins, and first pick in an unusual turn of events. Oh my goodness, Plunge might get caught there. No, they get routed though. And Luna will find that pick. And what a grenade that was. That didn't kill Plunge, but it certainly got Plunge killed. Weirdo opening up the wall. German Stare finding that kill, shutting out Apex, and they're on the warpath there, and they find their second kill. It's now just down to Electronics, who drops in and does take out No Adrenaline. They certainly went down swinging though, and it is now a match point on map number 2 secured by Acer. One more round, and they are going to be walking away as the winners of tonight's series against Apex. And what a fantastic game they have put in tonight. I mean, I would be lying if I said I didn't enjoy watching Acer play. There is something that is just so interesting to me about watching the number 1 team, the champions, play. I mean, they are solid every game you see, and it's very impressive, especially when, I don't know if anybody else has watched or is keeping up with the college football this year, but you know, the number 1 team there, Oregon, they've been pretty dominant, but we've seen a number of just massive changes in the standings there, and I draw parallels to VRML. I'm like, you just don't see Ace losing like some of these teams. They just don't have upsets like that. And Hotline, No Adrenaline finding a kill. Weirdo picks up the kill on No Adrenaline. And it is a 3 versus 4 already. 2 minutes 10 on the clock, and if you're Electronics, Weirdo, and Ivis, what do you do here? Some of your best players have gone down. Captain has gone down. And there's time left in this round, but I just get the feeling that they're just struggling to find what to do. in this round. They're very fragmented, and it looks like we might see that full send down the hatch, and it may be that A push. But Weirdo making entry over on the bridge, and we might be seeing... I wonder if we're going to see the... No, it looks like it may be a push through electrical. Oh, Iva's dropping. That's a big audio cue that you're giving off. I wouldn't be surprised if German Stare heard that. There goes the wall. It's been opened up, and German Stare is taken out. Jonkler Laugh may get caught, and they do. And just like that, Acer now on the player deficit. As Hotline and Plunge positioning themselves to get ready for this push. Plunge taking center of Workshop, and there goes the frag, or the incendiary toss in. Weirdo catching Plunge. Hotline takes out... No, Hotline doesn't take out Ivis. And hold your horses, because we may be going to a third map here. Apex now just one round off of the tie here against Acer, who got a little bit over aggressive. I think they're just getting a little bit too antsy, and it did end up costing them. If they played closer to the site, they would have been fine. Here's some impressive statistics there. Plunge and Luna are the only two players to go into the double digits this round for KDs. It's now the final round here on map number 2. This is either going to end in an Acer win or an Apex tie, and a third map in this series, which, if Apex wins, the series will end in a tie. Of course, when you would love to see the addition of overtime in the Breachers VRML one day. One day it will be. Hopefully for season 4, it'll be in there. Because it would be nice to not have to worry about a series ending in a tie and having some definite winners. Weirdo finding the kill on a Plunge as Luna looks to potentially make entry here for their team. The last time they pushed this site, you did see Weirdo go in deep, and they did find a pick on a Plunge. Jonkler Laugh finds Luna. First pick was on Plunge, I believe, but Luna goes down for Apex once again. The only player who has gone in the double digits goes down, and a minute 20 on the clock now. 4 versus 4. Both Weirdo and Jonkler are low. Hotline secures that Vezin, and Jonkler's just left with that Jesper. And here comes the push. Not a whole lot of util in the hands of Ace right now. Hotline does have that incendiary, and Jonkler is just fired off there by that incendiary. Here comes the push. Weirdo's going deep, and they might walk into their own fire. No, Jonkler might get the pick. They do get the pick, but a quick collapse, and it's now just down to German Stare in a 1 versus 3. And unless they pull off a crazy clutch, we are going to be going to a third map. Blaze out in blue vendings. Ivis playing a close angle to the EMP. And German Stare opts to go for the push, and they're looking for Blaze, but no, it doesn't happen. And Apex not out of this series yet. They tie up map number 2. We are going to go and see that third map. Nobody is walking away as the winner here. People were quick to write off this Apex team, but they've shown that they have the ability here to stay in the game against Acer. They've tied it up. They've scraped they've scraped by, and they're bringing it into a third map where they could potentially win to tie up this series. Rip my score predictions. Yep. I think some people were expecting, and even myself a little bit to an extent, was expecting that to be an Acer win, but misplays in those final 2 rounds, and it just didn't go the way that they wanted it to. So now they're going to have to play a third map, of which will be, I think, decided by Apex, unless they defer side once again. Where will we go? If it's an Apex pick, we're going to see Arctic. Sorry, if it's an Apex pick, we're not going to see Arctic because that's actually Acer's best map. We're going to see Hideout's been banned. We've already played Factory. Dam has been banned. That leaves us with Skyscraper, and we might have a quick little rehost here. It is going to be a quick little rehost. And pardon me while I just get that set up real quick. Well, looks like we might be waiting here for a minute to get the lobby up. But a big shout out to the people in the chat here. Kha'Zix, Utasay, Proxy, Khan, Pyro Polar Bear, Owen Hilburn, Sleepy Penguin, Kha'Zix. I already said Kha'Zix. Well, you got a double shout out there, Kha'Zix. Appreciate everybody joining here. Don't go away because we still got one more map to play on. And if you're enjoying the stream, please be sure to leave a like. Subscribe if it strikes your fancy, if you want to see more content like this. And still just waiting on that lobby to go up. One day. One day it'll go up. Unless maybe one of the teams called a timeout, in which case it could be a bit. Or I'm just blind, which is another possibility. But yeah, what a fantastic matchup it's been. And well, if there are predictions, I think we'd probably still see a lot in favor of Acer, but perhaps Apex can pull off another big clutch win. This is one of the best VRML matches I've seen in a long time from any game. Appreciate that, Oaks. This has been a good one. It's been a lot of fun to watch these two teams go back and forth. It's been close for both maps. It looked like we might be out of here cut and dry in the second map, but again, people are too eager to write off some of these teams sometimes, and that's the case that we see with Apex, is that people just thought they were out, and they weren't. And they bring it back. They tie up map number 2. And they could potentially tie up this whole series with a win on map number 3. We're back in the lobby as the players are starting to reconnect and get back in and situated. And so where will we go for map number 3? I wonder. Teams are still loading in and picking. Although, if it gets down to the team that has to either pick the map or defer and they pick the side instead, I assume we're going to see the side. Because everybody has been picking the side. Nobody wants to pick the map. It makes me sad. The only two maps that we can go to are Arctic and Skyscraper. Predictions, let's hear them. Where you think we're going for map number 3? That's I think we may see Arctic. I think both teams are going to enjoy Arctic more than a Skyscraper game. Been a while since I've actually seen Skyscraper in league play. My team, we just ban it all the time. But yeah, it's been a while since I've played on the map, since I've seen it casted in a game. I wonder if teams are just starting to kind of use the other maps. They've found more preferences than Skyscraper. Again, back in the early days of Breachers, back in my day, we only had 3 maps to choose from, and you had to play all 3 if you got into one of these scenarios. But now we've got a total of 6 maps. 4 if you consider that both team gets a ban, which for this map, for this series, were both Hideouts and Skyscraper. And where are we going to go for map number 3? It's going to be Arctic. That's what I thought. And yeah, Acer got the pick, and they picked defense, and Apex picked Arctic. Let me give them the go-ahead. As we get situated for our third and final map of this series, what a game it's been from these two teams. I certainly wasn't expecting it to end this way with a third map, and it still isn't over. So big shout out to both teams for an incredible performance. And once again, shout out to the sponsors that make VRML possible: Triangle Factory, HyperX, Pro2 VR, and Exclaim. Big thank you to everybody who keeps the cogs running as well. The casting team, the creator team, the mod team, the managers, the league supervisors. So much manpower goes into keeping VRML up and running, and we do appreciate all of the support that we get from the community as well. Getting ready for Arctic. I've given the teams the go-ahead. I wonder if maybe we're waiting on one more. Everybody's connected in the lobby. Same rosters from both sides. Nobody's swapping out. Looks like everybody's just confirming that they are ready to go before we get started. What about me? Okay, I'll shout you out too, Jekyll. You win. And I think maybe we're waiting on... Okay, I think No Adrenaline was away for a moment, but it looks like everybody's back, and we are going to go ahead and get started on our third and final map of the series, which is going to take place on Arctic. Couldn't have really asked for a more exciting Thursday night matchup between these two teams. I mean, it's been phenomenal. It's gone to both sides. It looked like it might lean Apex's way. It leaned Acer's way a little bit more in the first round, but now we're here onto the final map. There's only 2 outcomes. Number 1, Acer... sorry, I guess there's 3 outcomes. Number 1 is Acer secures 6 rounds, and they win the series based off of just shutting out Apex's ability to score. Number 2 is that Acer completely wins and takes all 7 rounds to make it a 2-map win over Apex. And well, number 3 is that Apex wins the map, and they make it the second tie that Acer has had in Season 3. So, what will it be? We'll find out soon enough as we get started here on our third and final map of tonight. And we're here on Arctic. Electronics moves in, and Blaze looking to watch their angle there. Acer starting on, starting off on the defensive half. With a minute 55 to go. Plenty of util picked up by both teams. Luna opting to use that cloaking device and maybe throw off the reaction of one of these Acer players. A minute 40 on the clock now, and there's the breaching foam, as we are going to see that push onto boxes. Remember that Arctic has also been reworked recently, and these teams have had to learn this new layout relatively quickly. It's been in the game for a few weeks now, but certainly hasn't been too long since that rework has come in. Only a minute 20 on the clock, and still can very well feel unfamiliar for these teams. No adrenaline. How are they alive? Their foot is in the fire. Oh no, Jonkler, bad instant. Oh, and they catch a lot of damage, but no adrenaline does look to correct a little bit. Finds the kill onto Ivis. Blaze gets that refrag, but Plunge finds the refrag onto Blaze. And it's now a 4 versus 3. The EMP is down. There's now only 45 seconds left, and Plunge doesn't care. They swing out and they find Luna, making it a 3 versus 2, and we might see a trade game here from Acer, and German Stare is going to stick it. You know what they say, pros don't fake. Hotline goes for the swing. German Stare, get back on that EMP and defuse right now. Electronics goes for the swing, and they find the 2. This is why you say that pros don't fake. There was time there. They could have gotten that third charge off if they just stuck that defuse and misplay from those who know. And they certainly know that this may not go their way. Anthony Gonzalez, thank you for the $10. Hello, Bob. Bubba here. Just wondering if you like to learn. I do like to learn. I don't know if you could tell. I always like to learn from these teams and the way that they play. You know, a lot of people say that, oh, you're a caster, you cast these teams on the regular, so you should know how to beat them. It doesn't quite work out that way. There's definitely, you know, you can watch a team play, but you also have to have the skill to back that up. And I'm not quite on the level of Acer there, but it would be pretty awesome if I could watch teams play and then just have that instant counter to them that people assume casters do have. Here comes Luna looking to push into Kitchen and get a little bit aggressive there. Doesn't result in a gunfight just yet, but here comes Apex. It looks like they are going to push Site B, as Ivis droning out for this Apex offense. Here comes the second drone, and Blaze did pick up that round 2 Vezin. Learning's overrated? No, it's never overrated. Learning new things is awesome, especially, you know, learn strategy. Like if you read The Art of War from Sun Tzu, maybe you'll have good, better breachers plays. Shout out, I was gonna say shout out to Sun Tzu for writing The Art of War, but there we go. There's the wall open from Jim, and Luna gets very aggressive. Just was not backed up by their teammates there, and that's going to hurt them a little bit. Weirdo finds the kill on a Jonkler Laugh as some fire does catch the feet of Plunge, who's going to push onto that ball, that EMP, and wow, what on earth? Plunge is just not stopping. Electronics finds the pick, but the round falls in favor of Acer, and they just completely closed that out. And what a double kill from Plunge. I think it was actually a triple kill. But a tremendous effort from Acer to bring their eco round and turn that into a full-on round win. You guys are liars. Pros do fake. Well, these pros do. Can you really call yourself a pro if you fake? That's the question, Pyro. That's the question that I'm facing. I think it's always a good idea to just stick it. And obviously, you know, when you get into these scenarios, it's different because you've got the audio cues around you. And you're debating because you know your own skill. Oh, maybe I could let go of this EMP and find that pick and then, clutch up the round. But I've seen a lot of winnable rounds go down the drain because somebody just did not stick the defuse. And on that first round, I think Acer could have absolutely won that had they just stuck the defuse because Hotline was doing a good job of stalling Lightronics. And even if Lightronics got the kills, they had a better chance of winning that round if they just stuck that defuse. In any case, that's done and gone, and we are now on round number 3. It's 1-1 here on the third and final map. Could be anybody's game. Remember that if Acer gets an even 6 rounds, they will walk away as the series winner. And yet, when we get into this scenario, that is something that almost never happens. I'm going to share that secret fear with everybody. Because I've seen this same scenario play out so many times where a team just has to get 6 rounds and suddenly it just becomes so difficult for them to get that 6th round. We'll see if Acer can break this curse, I'd call it. Blaze and Luna both playing at the door, and there goes the breach. Splunge is going to get that pick. Oh, no, it doesn't happen. Blaze fights it instead. And Ibis with an S-tier frag onto adrenaline. No adrenaline. Hotline finds the Incendiary, and the EMP is just stranded out there in the fire. Hotline takes out Ibis. Jonkler Laugh finds Luna, and it's now just down to Weirdo as Hotline finds that kill as well. Excuse me, it's now just down to Lightronics as Hotline found Weirdo. And looks like we might see a timeout here from Apex. They're just not going to risk it. Lightronics has that breach of foam. They have the heal, and they just don't want to give up the extra heal to Acer, which is a respectable move. Respectable indeed. And it looks like time is going to expire here on round number 3 as Acer now only have 4 rounds left before they walk away as the series winners. The window of opportunity is closing for Apex, and with only 1 Vezin in this round, it's going to close even further. They just have a tough time. Love learning. Yeah, exactly. See? Fanda gets it. What is up to my learners in the chat? See? I'm glad you're starting to see my perspective on this, Bubba. It's fun to learn. It's awesome to learn. In any case, here we go on round number 3. What are they looking at here? Clue Manor. Yeah, it's interesting if you look around some of the art here. You can find some pretty crazy book names, and here's a little Easter egg for you all. Don't tell anybody I showed you that. Here comes the breach as we get started on round number 4. The drone moving into the lounge. 2 minutes 10 on the clock as Luna hanging outside the window, getting ready to make the push with the rest of their team. And German Stairs going to take out that drone. Luna might look to catch a pick off of this. They do have that Omen. So when you play in this angle with an Omen, it's just not a good idea to take this fight if you're Luna here, because you just don't have the range compared to a Vezin. Omen does have that good burst capability, and we have seen it win before in similar gunfights. For example, Lightronics found a pick on the last round of Factory. No Adrenaline finding the kill onto Weirdo. And I thought we were going to see a gunfight here, but it didn't quite happen. Only a minute 20 on the clock. And Luna, look at this lean in kitchen. Very nice form. And Luna may... Oh my goodness, no way. I don't know what I was talking about with the Omen, because Luna somehow made it work on a hotline, who got assassinated there. And a quick triple frag from Acer to bounce back. And that's one of the wackier plays we've seen here. And Blaze catches plunge. And all things considered, not bad for Apex. It was an eco round, and they caught 2 picks. On to those who know. But they certainly know how to save their money. And now they're going to once again buy it. Although they caught 2 picks, the unfortunate thing for Apex is just... Well, they just have enough to bounce back from it very easily. I mean, the player with the least amount of money there is Hotline, and they still have 2,600. So they have plenty of money to fund their war here against Apex. And speaking of Apex, they're still stuck using that Omen. They just haven't been able to get that eco. And speaking of which, Acer now 3 rounds off of a series win against Apex. As we get started into round number 5, the penultimate round in the first half. And Luna, what is this? I've never seen that before. And that's certainly one that I'm going to have to use in the future. It's a good flank watch position there. They've thrown a couple things at the wall here over at Apex. It just, nothing has really stuck. They did manage to get 1 round in, and that was really off of some hesitation from Ace. Oh, Electronics catches some damage. Not in the worst shape, but wow, off of that, what a bounce back. They catch no adrenaline. Who is going to fall for these trip mines? Nobody, because they were spotted and Blaze shot them out. Good coordination there from Apex. The last thing you need right now is dropping some unwanted picks to trip mines. So it's just not, it's not a mistake you want to be making right now. Minute 30 on the clock is German Stare. Oh my goodness. They took out not just Weirda, but also Luna with a double kill there. And Ivis, meanwhile, found plunge with that Omen. Here comes the Incendiaries, double Incendiaries toss. Hotline is unable to rotate and push out. Ivis is going to go for that lean in, but the Incendiary is really working against them here. They're just not able to push in and plant on the box like they want to. Blaze finds a kill into German Stare. And another Incendiary is going to prevent Apex from pushing in. 50 seconds on the clock. Frag tossed out, and it doesn't find anybody. 45 seconds left on the clock. It's down to just Jonkler and Hotline. Jonkler finds the pick onto Ivis. When are we going to see Hotline swing out? They find one. Can they bring the second in onto Blaze to make it a clutch win for Ace and put them even further? Ooh. Both players see each other. Blaze is going to go, and they're... Oh, they don't... You know what they say? Pros don't fake. Blaze is looking to do that. They've got 2 charges done now, and there it is from Hotline. They find the pick, and heartbreak for Apex as Hotline clutches it up once again for for their team. I thought for a second Hotline armed the EMP. It just goes to show you it's late. And I am not making any sense anymore. Interesting. We did have a disconnect from Apex. Still going? Absolutely. Granted, probably not the way that Apex wanted. They've had this slow burn for the entire first half of it. I do know that Arctic is thought to be that defense-sided map. They did pick up an offensive round. That may be the only one they get against Acer. We'll see. They have not gotten their 5th to reconnect, and this could be bad for Apex. As we start round number 6, the halftime rounds. Drone coming out. And pushing it. Going to get some free intel for the team with only 2 minutes and 5 seconds on the clock. Plenty of time for Apex to make their move. They've had some close rounds where we've gotten to that minute or less than a minute, 30-second territory, and just a minute 50 on the clock as Weirdo does connect. A minute 40 on the clock. Ive is pushing in through red hallway. And Ace are just sticking close to their sights. Except for No Adrenaline, who is hanging out over in red room right now. And they may find a good head peek here onto an unsuspecting Apex player. Minute 15 on the clock right now. There's one. We are going to see a 2-prong push, but Avis has yet to get all the foam on that wall, and here comes the push from Apex. Ivis does have possession of that EMP. Only 50 seconds left on the clock. There goes the breach. And here comes the push. As No Adrenaline does take that down one. Blaze finds 2 of their own. No Adrenaline drops their double kill. It's now just down to Electronics. And Ivis in that 1v2. Now a 1v3. As No Adrenaline dropping 4 that round. Fantastic work from this Acer team. And No Adrenaline, in addition to slaughtering, the Apex team is going to get that defuse in as well. But a tremendous round and a tremendous effort from Acer. And here we go. Acer needs 1 round win to win the series. Who is going to walk away with the pistol round? If it's Acer, it's going to be could be a pretty cut and dry second half here, but well, don't celebrate too early if you're an Acer fan, because we also thought map 2 was going to go in favor of Acer, and look at how well Apex bounced back for that one. But if we do see a resolution here with Acer on this round, I may have to end the stream, end the series. We'll see. See what kind of time I have. But 2 minutes and 30 seconds left on the clock, and we start a fresh timer here on round number 7. Electronics playing an aggressive angle. They catch that first drone, and the only drone from Plunge. But here comes a full send down into the site. And there's the grenade. It's been primed, tossed to the end of the hallway. Doesn't catch any damage. Luna looking for a pick. A minute 55 on the clock. Hotline does recover that EMP. And there goes the breach into Jim. Electronics playing center in the room right now. Ivis back towards Ven, and Weirdo picked up a lot of damage. Jonquil and Lap pushing in. They caught Electronics, and first pick falls in favor of Acer. Plunge finds the kill on the Luna. If they stay together here, oh no, Plunge gets caught by the trip mines, and Ivis catches Jonquil, and they get refragged by Blaze. They refragged Ivis and then got refragged by Blaze, and now down to a 2 versus 2 as Blaze goes down, and it's now just down to Weirdo in a 1 versus 2 scenario. And they're in just such a tough spot, and Hotline finds the kill, and your series winners are Acer. We have that info in the bag right now, and we'll just watch this next round to see if Acer can find that kill off of that. And if the game persists here, I'm going to have to unfortunately end the stream because it has gotten quite late, and I do have some things that I need to do. So as much as I would love to see it fully play out, we do know the biggest fact of this matchup, which is that Acer has won. They won the first map, and they tied the second, and now they've secured the tie for the third map. So it's a good effort by Apex all around. I wouldn't say that they got shut out here or crushed or fell off or choked. And, you know, I think this is just a testament to how tough it is to play that attack on Arctic. And this is the second best performing map for Apex, but just didn't go the way they wanted it to at all. And I was picking up a little bit of damage. Luna catches that refrag. Here comes the drone in, getting some intel for the team. Fragmentation grenade is tossed. Electronics is playing an aggressive angle here, and they've got nothing to lose over on Apex, but there it is. The 7-1 map 3, and I think we just saw Apex realize that it was over, and that is going to be a wrap for this series. What a dominant showing from those who know. They stayed in the game all 3 maps, took that early momentum with that first map win on ship, and even though they tied map 2, they came back in dominant fashion on map 3. And unfortunate for Apex, because again, it was a good effort. I'm not sure why everybody on Those Who Know is German stare. A little bit of a bug there, which we do apologize for. But in any case, that is going to have to do it for us over here at the Breachers VRML. I hope you all enjoyed that series as much as I did. Congratulations to Acer for once again staying in the lead and proving that it's going to take quite a bit to get them out of that position. But I now have to leave, and we do have some more games planned for this weekend. Nightfire is going to be picking up a cast here pretty soon, so stay tuned because there is still a lot of wonderful Week 9 action to come. Until then, I'm Gibbler Bob, and I will see you all in the next cast. Have a fantastic rest of your night, everybody.
VRML is brought to you by Helga, the esports manager, Triangle Factory. Thanks for watching VRML.